Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Your Schmoe, the European Schmoedown based art show. We are live 8 p.m. every Sunday with our crew, of which we have 3 regular members and a very special guest this week, which I'll introduce shortly. So, I'll quickly go round the table. So, Teresa, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy about this week. Very happy.
And I'm sure we're going to get into it soon. We have Ben, as ever, on the bottom right today. How you doing, Ben?
My usual position.
Maybe next year.
Ouch.
And we are joined by a very, very special guest today, as you can see, with the amazing setup, which we were just commenting on pre-show, and we're very jealous of. We have Luke joining us from Galaxy Geeks. How you doing, Luke?
Hi, thanks for letting me join. I'm really excited to be on.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on to our little channel. We really appreciate you joining. I can see we have Thomas in the chat as well. Thomas, great to see you again. Thomas is one of our regular viewers, and he loves to disagree with me, and I love disagreeing with him. So I can't wait to have some conversations throughout the chat.
To be fair, you guys have been agreeing a lot recently.
That's true.
It's scary.
Me and Thomas are getting on side.
Well, Thomas, one thing is at one time I added him as one of our tagged him on one of our pictures for Thomas Harper.
Oh, did you? Also, very lucky. Also, we have Shug in the chat. Good to hear from you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So yeah, what an amazing week we've just witnessed in Schmoedown. Obviously, culminating yesterday with the first proper live event in over a year, I think, back in New York. Oh man, I've missed live events. It's crazy. The atmosphere was incredible. And we are going to jump straight into it. So before we do that, I guess, thank you, Ben. You beat me to it. Massive spoiler alert. We will be talking spoilers from the live event. Obviously, we had singles title match as well as a round 2 single tournament match. And we are going to start going straight to the main event. We are talking Marisol McKee versus Chance Ellison. And I can see you smiling, Teresa, and I want you to kick us off on this one. You look very happy.
I'm so happy. I was like, this was one of the quickest turnarounds we had in Schmoedown for like a singles winner having to defend in like a few weeks. And I didn't feel satisfied about the period that Marisol had the belt. So I really needed her to defend. And she did in such a spectacular fashion. I'm so high on Marisol right now. She's just, she's even so much better than in the digital. In the live, she lightens up. She has so much sass. The sword, guys, that sword. Oh my God, I'm having fantasies about that sword. It's like, shit is real. Like, yeah. So Marisol, the moment in the promo when she said bend the knee and it was amplified and it was just, I had chills all over. I'm just so hyped about her. I'm so happy this happened. And I hope she keeps defending. She just joined a very elite club. And I hope she keeps going on because she's playing so well. Her character is on point. Everything about her is just amazing. And yeah, I think everyone is a little disappointed for Chance because he's been working so hard for such a long time. And I wish he could win, just not now, because Marisol's the champ and we need this to keep going. That's it.
Luke, what did you think?
So first off, we got a message from Christian earlier on Tuesday in the week. I actually won 2 free tickets to this live event.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't go. I was so sad.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no.
Well, he messaged us on Tuesday, and it's kind of difficult to get a flight and set up by Saturday to New York City.
Yeah.
So I had to message back and let them know that first off, thank you for the opportunity, for the tickets, and we wish we could make it, but basically just give it to someone more deserving who can make it. I was really sad not to miss this match. I felt the lead up to this match was very interesting with the fight between Chance and Marisol.
Really
I thought
good.
that was great. I think Marisol is really coming into her own on the acting side and the promos. I mean, we can talk about the promos later, but I think she is really coming in her own. Her on that live stage, she proved how good she is, and she's getting better. She's getting better on the mic every single time. I think Shannon did incredible on this mic in this match. I felt like she was so in it, and you did not. I mean, it was just great. And then just everything went on in this match. I was so impressed with Marisol. She is getting better and better every time she plays. She has some very difficult competition coming up with this live events, or not live event, but the end of the tournament. Whoever wins that tournament is going to be impressive. So Marisol has got to put the work in to be ready, because this next match I think will be worse than the Chance match.
Yeah, she's going to have the winner of the singles tournament, and whoever comes through that is definitely going to be a tough opponent. Ben,
Brendan Meyer.
well, we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. Ben, what do you think?
I sort of hope it's Janine Marisol too, but
okay, that's
maybe
good.
a party. Okay. I just wanted to point out what Leo pointed out here with the Marisol being the first one to defend outside of Merle. That is awesome. She's also the first one to defend this year, which is Merle didn't defend, Collins didn't defend, Ethan didn't defend. Only Marisol was able to defend this year, which just shows how great she is. I messaged everyone on the Euroschmoe group and I said, hot damn. She's awesome at promos because, wow, she's brilliant. There's an old wrestling adage. I don't know, Luke, if you're a wrestling fan at all.
Nah, Eli's on the wrestling side.
Fair enough. Okay. But there's an old wrestling thing when giving promos that you hype your opponent up so that when you beat them, you look even stronger. And when she got on that mic and said, Chance is one of the greatest players ever, but I'm the best, that was awesome. That's how you do a promo. Any rookies coming in next year, watch her promos, watch her on stage. It is brilliant. I loved that. That was fantastic. And look, I know they had that fight on Twitter, which was wow. I loved seeing that going back and forth. But it was fantastic to see. I wonder if Grace can get her claws in there. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, so we had an interesting discussion yesterday on Speaking of Schmoedown regarding what Shannon will do next year if they can only retain 3 players. And I was really, really concerned when Grace came out and started saying how she only cares about Marisol. And I was really worried that they were going to start doing it. So this will be the breakaway of Chance from Korruption. But we saw how invested Shannon is to both players, and you could see her heartbreak for Chance as well as her excitement for Marisol at the end. And I'm so pleased that they just hugged and had that moment together. It was actually quite touching. Korruption obviously are like villains, and she is a villain, but that proves how into this sport they are, how much dedication and commitment all of them have. And it was a really beautiful moment to see, actually. But we had a quick discussion about this on yesterday, Speaking of Schmoedown. I do want to put it to you guys as well. If it is true, the rumours that they can only retain sort of, is it 3 singles players / teams, and then it's 1 IG, 1 Star Wars?
Yeah.
What the hell does Shannon do? Like, who is she keeping? Because for me, how do you get rid of Deception and Korruption? You can't have both.
You have Mike as your IG guy. Then you
Yeah.
have Marisol and Collins as your team. You have Chance as your singles dude. So you got 3 singles there, and then you get Laura Kelly back from Swag, and you've got a full roster in your bag.
Yeah, but Liam asks if there's only 3, if you can keep only 3 players. So
What?
but I
because
don't really think, is this really a possibility? That seems too little. Like I think there will be 5. I hope
I
there
heard
will be
5.
5. I
I've
really
heard
didn't
5.
want 3. That's nothing.
See, I heard
So-
5, but I thought within the 5 it had to be 1 IG, 1 Star Wars, and I guess thinking about it, that
Yeah.
could work with Mike being, and
yeah,
Chance to
and
an
Chance
extent
is
being
also IG. So
IG.
yeah.
I just
But,
hope.
but it does seem like they're setting up.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
They're setting up a storyline. It does, with the Twitter, with Grace, with Shannon coming out.
They wouldn't have done it for
just
no
on her
reason, would they?
own, which by the way was brilliant. Shannon commanding the room was just beautiful. But then when Chance came on and they were introducing him, they started like arguing about something. It just it seemed suspicious. I'm scared because if Chance left Korruption, that would be heartbreaking. But I also understand like the angle. I saw the discussion on Speaking of Schmoedown, like maybe he wants to get out of the shadow of Mike. Makes sense, but I don't know if I can handle it.
Although I will say, this might lead to our dream team coming to be a thing. Paulo Yama,
Yes.
Chance Ellison.
I actually changed my I don't know why it's a dream. I don't understand why those two.
It's my
why do you
dream,
want them
okay?
together?
It's my dream. You can't dismiss my dreams. I've said this
Yes,
from the start of the year. Okay, let my dream happen. Why you
They're
ruin it for me?
two similar players, and like
So
imagine Chance with Janine. Janine is alone right now. She needs a partner.
I actually
Not
get
ruining
where you're
my
coming
dreams.
from, Oyama and Chance. I actually do understand where you're coming from there. I honestly am starting to see more of an Oyama and Ben Bateman. And
Whoa.
Chance,
Ooh.
yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
I might like that more.
Because you're starting to see connections between the two. They're very close. They're similar, but they have different strengths. I think Ben needs someone like an Oyama, someone who kind of keeps him going. I do not know if Ben and Dan are the best mesh, but I do think Oyama and Ben would be an interesting mesh. I think Chance is leaving Korruption. I do not think he's staying. I am very curious if Mike stays. I could actually see Mike doing a whole thing storyline wise, because next year we're going storyline, not just who you like the most for factions. And so I could see Mike starting his own thing, not going against Shannon, but trying to keep a connection to Chance, because Mike really enjoys playing with Chance. And I think Mike wants to do something different, because Mike in the past couple of years, even though he is champion, storyline wise, he's been very in the background. And so I could see him start setting some stuff up.
I like that
So
idea.
what do you guys
I
think of
genuinely...
this?
Sorry, what have you got, Ben? I don't like it. I'm sorry, Ryan. It's
I
not
like
for me.
Merle and Oyama better than Merle and Chance. Merle and Chance doesn't make sense to me. I think Merle and Oyama would be a killer team, because it's Merle's like Lon but better. So it's just.
I think Chance needs to be someone who can play up the storylines and do the sort of that side as well. Mike does that really well. I think Chance needs to just focus on the trivia. That's why I'm not sure if that's one I'd like to see. But I agree with Luke. I think Chance will not be a member of Korruption next year, which saddens me, because I think Shannon's been really good for him as a manager. But I think that's what they're setting up.
Seems like
it. Shall we move on to the other match of the live event?
I do have something on this. What if you had a Chance and Griffin Newman next year?
Ooh,
Ooh.
that would be interesting.
See, I like
I
that
mean-
because Griffey's so good with
Yeah.
the sort of character work as well, and I think that,
Yeah.
and he's also so good at trivia. That would be
I mean,
dream team.
think of Chance and Bobby Gucci as Bobby Gucci as his
No.
manager and Chance
Okay,
playing.
you ruined it.
Well,
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
the dream
you don't know
terrifying.
team
what
now.
you've done.
You come to the show, which is not the best Gucci fans. So I've got to be honest, especially Teresa.
I
No,
am
I
a
was
fan
not
of
either.
his quotes. Like, I love his quotes.
Yeah.
I was waiting in this match for Gucci to come on live to say some
Yeah.
stupid stuff, which I'm gonna like. I get high just to listen to Gucci. Like, for the part I know that Gucci will come on, I'm gonna, So I am a
That's it.
fan.
And to be
But
fair, he had
not-
some amazing lines in his
Yes.
post match.
Yes.
They were
That's the word for it.
amazing. But I can't even. They were so like bewildering to me. I can't even remember them. But
Oh, yeah.
I was just sitting there.
Oh, dude,
like,
I wrote something down.
This guy
I don't
is
remember what it was.
fascinating. I'd have to go find them. But anyway, on to the actual match first. We'll get to his weird question, his weird responses afterwards. Poor Jen. I don't know how she does it. But yeah, this match did not go as I expected.
Nope.
I picked Horowitz, and I thought it was going to be like a really, really close match, probably, possibly even overtime. And we found his weakness, and it's animation. Because I didn't. Pixar, who knew? Who knew that was going to absolutely stump him? And it was smart because he missed an animated question in round one. Obviously, Griffin must be a huge Pixar fan. He was wearing Pixar clothing. And I just didn't expect a knockout. I can't believe it. Josh has been amazing this year. He had probably a bit of a rough match in round one. But other than that, he's been on fire. He's looked really deadly, and I cannot believe this is how it ended. And I'm really sad because I'm now even further behind in our prediction league.
Yeah.
But Ben, let's hear from you. What did you think of this one?
Okay, so this one broke my heart because I'm a murky cookie by heart, and I really wanted them to have the only team to have 3 players in semi-finals. But that didn't happen. But hey, I loved Griffin Humes. He really irritated me sometimes, but he does the heel work really, really well. And I mean, I love watching him, and I am excited to see him against Paige Fabretti soon, because I think she knows Pixel very well, and that probably won't be a strength weakness as much as it was in this one. I will say the one thing that I loved about Griffin Humes is in the interview he said animation does not get the respect it deserves. I mean, he swore during that, but anyway, he said it doesn't get the respect it deserves, and I completely agree, 100%.
I agree too. And Luke, what did you think of this one?
I felt it was very interesting. I think something that we can always look at when it comes to the personalities like Josh Horowitz, who his job is to interview. I've noticed when you get these types of competitors, they have weak points. Same thing as Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder, if he gets anything from Inner Geekdom, might as well just throw that in the trash. He's not going to get a question for it. So now we know what Horowitz's weakness is. I think, and this might sound bad to say, was a little bit on Koi's fault on this point, due to the fact that Koi should have trained him a little bit more on Pixar, because Pixar is such a massive category, and the chances of getting Pixar in this league is pretty high. I mean, how many times has Pixar been picked? I mean, so I think this was a little bit on Koi on this one, just due to Horowitz was not prepared. He was not, and I mean, it's Horowitz's fault too. He should have been more prepared on Pixar as well. But I think finding those weaknesses on these type of competitors are very important. And the rookies don't seem to have these types of misses. If they normally have a very good broad wisdom and broad information, and these type like Horowitz has deep information on certain things, kind of like a Jeff Snyder was in the past.
Just lacking a bit in animation, it seems. And I wonder now if we'll see him really study up, a bit like Ethan Owen, because that used to be his weakness, and I don't think you can call it a weakness anymore. He seems to have really brushed up his animation sort of lack of knowledge. He's definitely got a lot better than he used to be. So I wonder if we'll see that with Josh as well.
I'll say this, I wouldn't want to play Josh again, because I guarantee Josh is hungry. After a loss, you get hungry. And that teams match that's coming up, I do not know if it was... Do y'all know if it was shot before this match?
I think
No.
it was.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it was.
Well, no idea, but yeah, I think it was.
Okay, because that matters a lot, because you've got teams matches this week, so I don't know. I would not want to play Josh either way, because him and Pixar might have been a miss, but I guarantee he'll study up on it now.
Yeah.
And Teresa, hit us. What did you think of this one?
Yeah, so I think the main difference is the live setting and the digital setting, because they said multiple times that in digital you get the wheel hours before and you have time to study for it and prepare. So that's probably why, like, we have all of the players. Well, the opponent's choice didn't mean as much in the digital setting. Actually, I was texting with Ben this week, and he was like, "Oh, so opponent's choice is dead." And then I saw this match, and I was like, "No, it's not.
No.
It's back." So I think that's the main difference. That's why he wasn't as prepared, and I understand he's a busy guy. Everyone, I think, has a weakness. I don't think it's like I think Griffin Newman probably has one too. He's so good that we can't figure it out. And that's why I picked him, because I didn't feel like he stumbled at his matches at all. I saw Josh Horowitz stumble before this. There was, I think one of his singles matches, I felt like he wasn't the strongest in that match. And Griffin, no mistakes so far for me. So that's why I took him. I'm glad I did, but I'm really sad for Horowitz, because this was such a devastating loss. And he was playing so well up until this point. And we know he's super talented, and he hopefully will be back. But I like him a lot, so I was sad for him. But Griffin is just such a performer. Like, I was enjoying everything he was doing so much. I actually don't know if he's a heel. Is he? Because like in his promo, he wasn't able to say something negative about Josh at all. He was just shouting stuff like, "You display and effortless knowledge in all arenas," and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. But he's just playing it all so well. Like, even the costume change in the middle of the match, everything is just so good. Him and Marisol, I want to see live all the time. So I was really impressed. But yeah, sad for Josh, because he's such a sweetheart. So
it's just so seamless as well. Like, it's just done so well. And I think him and Shannon like stole the show for me in terms of performance on stage. Shannon is so unreal. Like, there was no stuttering, no pausing. Like, even if the mic didn't work, she played into it. She is the queen for a reason. I shall say that much. Now, we will get into the midweek matches, but before we do, we have to talk about what happened at the end of the live event. And I see Luke sighing, and don't worry, I'm with you. I'm really annoyed. Like, I'm really, really annoyed. I have a feeling
this was a bit of a red herring, but we'll talk about it.
Was it you, Ben, or Teresa? Someone mentioned a couple of weeks ago that this could happen. and we all were like, no, that won't happen, and it's happened.
I think someone else said it because I was like, nope. I don't want
someone
this.
said it in the comments, and I pointed
It
it
might have
out,
been
and we
Thomas.
always
I can't.
you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
was
we
also
all
a
hated the
real
idea.
real Andrew Guy moment coming to my favorite music in the Schmoedown, the chill Hawaiian Paul Oyama music, and I was like, oh my god, we are getting Paul Oyama right now in New York battling
Yeah.
Marisol, and then it's Chandru. So it was like, oh
Yeah, just quickly, Ryan just pointed this out, and we can't not
Yes.
mention it. That was
so fun.
so well done and so well improvised. If we're talking about stage interactions, we need to mention that one as well. So thank you, Ryan. But yeah, what the hell is happening? Please,
I really
Like,
hope someone will
what is happening?
come
I get
and say
it.
psych.
I sadly get it. I actually understand why they did it.
please explain.
You're
to me,
right
Luke.
now. You do not see another Inner Geekdom match until Spectacular. I mean, you're not getting another one until you'll get the Mike, and
Moses.
you'll get that
Moses.
one,
Amaru.
and then they wanted another one. I could see them needing another Inner Geekdom match. I think you've got Oyama. There's not a reason for him to use it at the moment because he's in the tournament still. He's in the team's tournament. There's
anymore.
not a good reason. Well, and also you don't want to see so many matches at Spectacular. You don't want to see him use it at Spectacular because that's just too many matches already, and they've got so much planned already. They had to use it somehow, and they're wanting to bring back that funness of the Schmoedown, that craziness. And right now, sadly, if I'm going to admit it, the only real major heel in the Schmoedown right now is Chandru. And he's so annoying. He is so good at being annoying. I want to throw some at his head. But he's good at it. And he's so good. And he gets butts and seats. He gets the old Andrew Guy feel. He knows how to get under people's skin. And if you want to get a show, and right now they're trying to get the Schmoedown back into that show, like this live event, how awesome did it feel? Like, how exciting was it to be live again? And the storylines were back, and people were excited and happy, and you're seeing photos all over Facebook of different people who took pictures, and they're getting those storylines back. And if Oyama had used it for anything, it's like, oh, it's another Oyama match. Which we all love Oyama matches, but what's a bigger match? An Oyama match or anything with Chandru in it?
Oyama.
I think
I'm kidding.
you make some really good points, Luke, but I'm just not gonna get over it. For me, I just don't like this. I feel like Chandru like rightfully earned a shot at the title. He had to beat Parker to play Mike, and he earned that, and that's fair enough. Like, he had a shot and he couldn't get his belt back. Mike beat him fair and square and quite comfortably, in all honesty. Okay. Paul Oyama earned that title shot. He won the free-for-all, a really difficult event to win. I don't like it. I will not. Why doesn't he do one last go with Lon? They're retiring anyway. If they lose, that's it. Okay, you've got a shot. I can't. There's nothing that will justify this for me. I don't like it.
You know that emotion you're feeling right now, that feeling of you don't like it? That's the whole reason. That is the whole reason. That whole emotion you're getting, everything they're showing, they want you angry. They want you mad. They want you so angry at Chandru, and it works. It works so well.
Hold on, Luke. I just have to bring this up on screen. You know this is serious if Thomas is agreeing with me. Okay? If Thomas is agreeing with me, then this is more than just a little annoyance. I think people are pissed. And I actually like Chandru. I love his heel work. I'd like him to win, but I want him to earn that. He has done in the past. Why? Tell me why,
So,
Teresa.
Let me ask
I don't think it's really happening. I'm refusing
You're in
trust that
denial.
this is what's really happening. I think this is some kind of ruse because, like, maybe it might be better for Schmoedown, but I'm okay with Paul Oyama losing to Brandon Meyer in the tournament very soon because he has that shot that he was supposed to use as spectacular as I was expecting him to do. So he will still get his shot, and Brandon Meyer will finally win the tournament. And so like, I don't like this. There's a real possibility. He has Barbarian in front of him. He has Brandon in front of him. Like, winning the tournament will be crazy hard. And I don't know if Paul will be able to do it. So I thought he's going to use it for singles. And as Liam said, even if he didn't use it for singles, at least use it for himself for teams. Like, use it for himself, not give it to anyone else. No, if you want more Inner Geekdom matches, Mara's been sitting on the bench for I don't know how long. Give her a number 1 against Chandru, and then whoever of them wins can go to play for the belt.
Thank you.
Like, they keep talking about how it sucks that Mara keeps sitting on the bench. Use her. She wants to play. Do it. Just don't take
that'd be
Oyama's
such a good match. Oh, I'd want that so badly.
Yeah, and it's a rematch, but it was already such a good match this year, so I just don't want. No, I don't like it. If it's the reason, like, because we don't like it, it's the reason why it's happening. Fine, but I still keep hoping that it's not actually happening.
Dreamer Miller brings up an excellent point, and this is why this is my first thought. This was my first thought. Remember in the beginning of the year how Chandru was trying to bring Swag down. This is how they kill that faction thing. They make Paul Oyama say what the hell's going on, and then they make poor Winston have to choose a side somehow, and that's how you kill that faction.
Awesome. Yes.
See,
let's go with that.
hope
That's what's happening.
I really hope that is the case. I genuinely think that I do think he's going to get the shot, though. I don't think it's a ruse. I hope it is, to God. I really hope it is. But I think this is genuine. I think Chandru is going to get his shot. I hope not. But
it's not his. He's going to get
it is now.
It's not.
Yeah. But
so,
what emotion you are going to feel, though, if Mike's still the champion and Chandru plays Mike? After if Mike has to play Chandru again this season, does that change your feelings about the match?
I kind of just.
Or would you rather Chandru against Amara?
Yeah, I want Mara. Well, Mara's not had any opportunity because obviously they have Parker, and Parker's incredible. So they had 2 of the best in one faction, and with only 1 spot in that tournament, that's partly why they want to change the format next year. But Mara surely should be in contention for number 1. She's just lost the belt not that long ago, right? So doesn't make any sense to me. That was her last match. So why can't she get a number 1 against? I don't know.
Chandru.
Yeah, or maybe
I don't care. Like, if he has a number 1 contenders match, I actually think he's qualified. Good for him.
Yeah, or potentially whoever loses between Mike and Amaru, they play Chandru. Winner of that plays Mara. That they get the title shot. Perfect.
Awesome idea.
Well
done, sir.
Wow. The idea of getting along.
This is. I just was, I just watched an amazing match of, Marisol Chance. I was really pleased for Marisol, my favorite player. She's still got the belt, and then that happened, and I was like, "What the hell is happening?" It really upset me. Well, it was delivered very well by Chandru.
Do you guys see this as heel heat or go away heat? Then
go away heat.
If that happens.
Go away heat.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Basically, it means that heel heat means that you actually built up the character and you have people tuning in to see this guy be defeated. Go away heat means that you have people not wanting to tune in at all or change the channel, for example.
I actually don't know. But it's not. I don't want to see like Chandru now get beaten by Mike because this happens. I'm actually like, if this really happened, I'm not even angry at Chandru. I'm angry at Paul because, dude, this is your opportunity. Fight for it and keep it because it's the tournament is going to be a slaughter. He's in the worst quadrant that is in the tournament. He needs that shot, and he didn't have the best season this year. He keeps playing so well and is really likable now, and I want him to win more. So I was really happy for him having that shot, and I don't like it. I just don't like it at all. I don't know.
And I genuinely believe on their day, final exam could win a title shot. Like, they've just
Yes!
been really unlucky. Like, it's possible they could win, honestly, if it falls in their way. So I'm not going to get over this until we find out a bit more. But we'll have to just live with
Well,
it.
if you think of it this way too, the last time you saw Chandru, honestly, I'm starting to go back on wanting to see Chandru because the last time we watched him, you saw this great villain get beat because Mike's promos, Mike's match. I mean, Mike played incredible that match. You saw the heel get beat, and it felt good. It felt good to watch Chandru get beat. Like, when you go back and watch that match, you just feel good. It's just like, this guy is getting taken out. Bringing him back this season, to me, honestly, really thinking about it, starting to feel too soon. I think you needed time away from Chandru before jumping back into another match with Chandru versus Mike or Amaru or Parker or whoever he plays next. It's too soon. You needed time to miss the heel. I don't miss Chandru right now. I think everyone misses Andrew Guy. No one misses Chandru.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I think let's move on. Otherwise, I'm just going to get really angry. And
I just wanted to say this.
Again.
Well, now that we're on storylines, I think I have confirmation that Mark Ellis is in the Schmoe Minotti. When Grace came on stage and she said to Christian, "I see what you and Shannon are doing," and Mark goes, "Am I doing well?" And she goes, "A+. He's in the Schmoe Minotti." Mark Ellis.
I don't know. I thought
I thought you got something like that.
Yeah, like you saw something in the background, or
there was one word from
is it like Morse code or something?
Winter Soldier code written on his notebook or something, and no, it's just. Wow, that's real good.
I don't know. When I heard that, I loved that scene. Like, he was like, "Have I been good? Or have I been a good boy?" She's like, "Yeah, you've been good." I'm like, I just thought that was just fun. Mark throwing himself in, causing a joke.
I was just throwing in a bit of a joke.
Ben, but you got me. I actually believe you have something for a second.
Okay, so
I will confirm it, though. I will confirm it.
Well, if you are right, then you're going to look like a genius in a few months. So, Ben said it first.
Yes.
So, let's move on to the matches of the week then. And obviously, we're going to start with the Star Wars Round 1 match of Gold Leader v Joseph Scrimshaw.
This was such a fun match.
Go on, Ben. Kick us off then.
I'll just say the amount of laughs that I had watching this match was the amount that I've never had watching another match before. It was fantastic. Scrimshaw and Gold Leader going off one another. This was one of the matches where I sort of thought, does opponent's choice really matter? I think one of them spun opponent's choice didn't really matter. And then, Gold Leader proved that he could be going for Thomas Harper's belt soon. I personally hope not, but it could be Gold Leader Thomas Harper too. There's potential there.
This is really tough for Scrimshaw. We had a debate yesterday regarding if.
Oh my God, Frenchie is so out of it.
He has
no idea.
Frenchie thinks that Scrimshaw's done. I just think he's been really unlucky with who he's been up against. Like, Gold Leader, I guess, would maybe be odds-on favourite for this tournament, the way he's played this year.
Yeah.
So like he came across. It's the equivalent of like San Marino playing England in football. Like it's you're not going to win. Okay, you're just not going to win. It's so tough. And now, as Leo's just said, he's now 1 in 5. That does not
but he
reflect
played
how good
Alex
of a player he
Damon,
is.
then Alex Damon again, then Alex Damon
Di
again,
Malanta.
then Giro Di Malanta.
Yeah, I know. I was
Four other people.
I was very much Team Scrimshaw. I wanted to pick him because had he played anyone else, I probably would have. The problem was he was playing Gold Leader. And I said the only way he's going to win this is if he takes an opportunity, if he gets one. He did have an opportunity. He was 1 point up, I think, after like 4 questions or something like that. And I was like getting really excited. I was like, oh, he could do this. He could do this. But unfortunately, he wasn't perfect after that, which is what you have to be to beat Gold Leader at the moment. Gold Leader's missed like 1 question in the matches that he's lost. The one he lost against Harper, he knew the answer. He just like misspelled it.
It was one letter off.
1 letter, exactly. That's how good he is. I think for me, he's my favourite to win the whole tournament. And I just feel bad for Scrimshaw that that's who he had to play. I can't give him Adam Witt. I'm sorry, Witt, but you know he's going to beat him because Witt can't win.
Oh my God, you monster!
I'm sorry, Witt, but let's be real. Witt can't buy a win if he wants to. So at least he'd get a win.
No, Witt's going to be a manager now, don't you know?
I wanted
he
Witt
could barely
and
win as
Whiteley
manager.
to play, so one of them has a win. But no, you're okay.
Okay, Luke, what were your thoughts on this one?
First off, I'm finding out for some reason we've been doing Star Wars matches every Monday, and thank you, Keith.
We keep talking about it.
Yeah, we're very jealous.
I have an addiction. That's all it is. But no, the match was great. I actually loved watching. I hate reacting to Star Wars matches. I'm so bad at Star Wars. I love the movies. I can't get a question. So I'm sitting there doing it with Eli, and we're both like missing every question. And I'm like, what? Yay, I can't get one. So if they would just switch like the matches, maybe like a Star Wars in the middle of the week, I'd be more happy. But it was a fun match. I love watching Gold Leader. To me, I'm actually a really big fan of Gold Leader. We actually interviewed Gold Leader a couple months back. It was one of our first interviews. Our first interview was with Jacoby Bancroft. Then we did Gold Leader. And that interview was incredible. And seeing his heart with Star Wars, seeing how much he studies, seeing the feeling of him being the outcast coming in and trying to take over the game, to me, is just incredible. And so that's why I was really rooting for Gold Leader. I want to see him win this tournament, to see him come back and play Thomas Harper. And, you know, they're my 2 favorite Star Wars right now. And I love Alex Damon and Di Malanta. I love all of them. But those 2, to me, are the story of this year in every division. I think they are the 2 players that are destined to just keep playing each other over and over again, like Alex and Andrew.
Nice. What about you, Teresa?
Yeah, I agree. Gold Leader and Harper are like, they are connected for me. They are my favorite rookies, but together, because of their chemistry and like their energy, they keep tweeting at each other, and it's just I love that. I love that storyline between them. I do love their first match, and it's one of my favorites of this year. I'm having so much fun every time I watch it. So I want it to happen again. But damn, Scrimshaw, I'm just that guy is so unlucky. It's not even, there was a bracket where he was supposed to go against someone I thought he actually will beat.
Nikki, wasn't it? Was it Nikki Di Malanta?
I'm not. I think maybe Nikki. Yeah, and I was like, okay, wow, he will finally get a match that he can win, and then go to another match, and then then he went up against the person who I think will win this whole tournament, or I hope will win this whole tournament. So Poor Scrimshaw. I do not think he should be out. I think he's an amazing player. I think on any given day he could beat anybody, and I think that Star Wars division is just that crazy. But ultimately, I'm happy that Gold Leader won because I just love him. He's so funny when he insults people. It's just really funny, and he keeps smiling, and it's just yeah. I like that dude a lot.
You should have a look on the Facebook group because he's been commenting on a lot of Harper's pictures from the night live.
I know.
It's so awesome.
But Harper brings it back to him. He just when he photoed with Barbarian and he had the Elvis and said that that's the closest Gold Leader gets to the belt. I just these two together.
Yeah, there's some really good interactions on there. It's a good, well worth your time if you haven't seen them. But yeah, let's move on to the second match of the week. So we are talking Deception versus Chaos Theory in the teams tournament round 1.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I like this title.
I think Lisley did nice. I think we all went with Deception. I think, and
I did.
And I think everyone kind of predicted Deception to win, but I don't think anyone predicted it'd be this difficult. And my word, you have to give so much credit to Chaos Theory. I said this yesterday, but I hate the way they lost, and I hate that it falls on Jacoby because he's such a nice guy. It just seems like the most lovely person. And at least if you lose on sudden death in singles, it's it's only you. Like it sucks, but you haven't got a teammate that you have to share that with. I think sudden death in teams is really harsh if only one of you miss it. And like I said, it's like a penalty shootout. Like it's a team game, but if you miss a penalty, which is the one that concedes the whole match, like you have to live with that now. And I just hope he can recover because Jacoby's been a star this year. Literally, see what I did there? Didn't even do that intentionally. But I feel really bad for Roxy as well. She had
she was so good
a hard
in this
year.
match.
She managed so well. She, she kept them in it. She's her record this year does not reflect her as a manager, and she's been so unlucky. Her 2 stars, like her 2-star players, have both retired, and like she had to have Janine come in last minute when she played with Jeff, and she did amazingly, but Shazam were just unreal that day. Her draft was really rough for her, and I just feel really bad for Roxy. It's not been her year. I'm hoping next year's a better one. And Double D said yesterday that they are now officially out of the faction race, which I don't think is a huge shock, but there's nothing they can do now. They only have Alex Damon left and Janine. That is their only hopes now. So I'd love to see Janine have a really good run. Because number one, I love Janine, and I feel like Janine could have been Marisol in Marisol's shoes had she won that match. I think Janine would have beaten Kevin Smith, and then who knows what would have happened after. But Janine, I want to see have that rise like Marisol's had. And the stars, wow, it's just so tough to lose that way. So tough. But Deception, give them credit. They kept in it, and I really love their communication. I think they're one of the best at it. We saw in the match last week with King Arthur, although they won, I don't think they communicated very well. And I think Deception are one of the best. So
it might be because they were in a hotel lobby. So
yeah, possibly. But I do, as you know, Marisol is my favorite player. I think I'd love to see them take this whole tournament. Collins has had a bit of a mixed year, and I think teams obviously is always got now, as we will come to later. So we'll see. But Teresa, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, damn, that was a match. I really didn't expect the first round match to go this way. It's not that like if you told me that Chaos Theory won, I would be surprised, but not that much. But like every single round, they kept being even, and
Mhm.
it was just so fun to watch. Nick Harley is, I think, one of the steals. Like he just played an amazing game. Roxy should be proud of that decision to take him. And I really hope they will stay a team. I do. I want to see them again. Like you said, they communicated so well. And but like I said, I'm really hyped for Marisol now. So even though I'm a big fan of Danger Zone, I actually might want Deception to win the whole thing too, because I kind of want to see Marisol with 2 belts. I think she would look really good with 2 belts. So I'm really happy about how this went. Now they are prepared for King Arthur in the second round, and they know they need to play their best. And I think they can do it. I think they can win the whole thing. Yeah, and yeah, Marisol with 2 belts. That's the thing I want to see. Please give me.
It's gonna happen. Ben?
Okay, so a few things. We're one step closer to my dream spectacular match, and I'm so happy to see it. At the beginning of this year, I said I want to see Deception versus Shazam at Spectacular for the team belts. We're one step closer. Just need 2 more wins for Deception, 1 more win for Shazam, and we are there. I will say though, and I don't know if I misheard, and I need to go and re-listen to the promo. But did Adam Collins say this is the last run for Deception?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember hearing that.
I thought he said that in his promo, and I got scared there for a second because they are, to be honest with you, my favorite team. And I know I love Shazam and I love Lightning Time, but Deception have been my team since last year. I was disappointed they had lost that team's tournament, but they lost to champions, and I mean they've only lost to champions and number 1 contenders. So,
And Luke, how do you feel about this one?
It was such a good match. I recently have loved watching any match that Roxy is managing. I think Roxy has had the worst luck of any manager this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is honestly due to the fact of how loyal she is to her competitors. It's a good problem to have, but she is so loyal. But I do feel like she should have kind of thought about Jeff and Draco this year, because I don't know if they were fully in it even in the beginning. I know that they were they were champions at that time, right?
Yeah, they were.
mm-hmm.
I'm kind of afraid though that Roxy gets so close to her competitors, and that's not a bad thing to have, but it just has really bit her in the butt the past few years, and she's not able to make the decisions that she has to because she doesn't want to hurt her faction. And I get it, I do, but I think she's just become so loyal that it's ended up biting her in the butt in the long run.
But it worked for her last year. Like everyone was saying this last year, and then Odd Couple won the tournament, won the championship, Chip won the tournament, and she got like a buttload of points at the end of the year, and everyone was, oh, maybe it's good that she's so loyal. Maybe it's working out for her. So like, and they were,
yeah, but
I would understand if they weren't teams champions when the year started, but they were. So
yeah.
It just seemed, I kind of get why she kept them.
Well, I get why she kept them. I think though she should have tried harder to get more A players, because if you really look at her roster, she didn't really go for the A players. Janine's great, but Janine leans more towards a B player because just her luck and the matches she plays and her history in the Schmoedown. She's a B till she becomes an A. And I saw the same thing with Marisol. Last year, she was a B player. That's an A player this year. I think she's comeback player of the year. And so if you're comparing last year, because Marisol, I think, was playing at a B level. Now she's playing an A+. I mean, I would not want to play Marisol at all. And so I think, I don't know, like other than the Odd Couple and Alex, I do not think she got many A players like the other factions. And I think it ended up biting her in the butt in the long run. Because she had some really good rookies, because you had Bancroft, who is a great player, but Bancroft is not your leader. She needed a leader, and Jeff and Draco left her. And so losing those two leaders, she didn't have someone to come alongside and work with them like because Alex is not your leader. Alex plays his game, he does his thing, but I don't see him leading the team. You have other factions where you have a leader other than the manager. But I mean, if I was going to ask y'all, who in the Stars do you see leading the team other than the Odd Couple?
Janine
At the
now.
moment,
Janine.
Janine the machine.
Janine.
Yeah.
I don't think she's I think she was a B player last year. I don't think she is anymore. I don't think that if you lose a match, you're automatically a B player.
No,
or, but
well,
she
I'm
plays
saying-
in such a but yeah, so her match
I do. I think I get what Luke's saying. I think
Yeah,
she's
get it. I
definitely
just didn't-
improved a lot more than she used to play.
Yeah.
I just don't see it that way anymore. Like after her last 3 or 4 matches, I think she could beat anybody. So
Oh, I do too. I think due to her losses this year has put her in a weird position. It's like when you're looking at the scale of everyone this season, your rookies are really really showing their stuff this year and really showing who they are. But we'll see how they are next year, because we're seeing how Collins is in his sophomore year. He's not having a good season this year. So these rookies that are doing incredible might not do as great. Janine, to me, is a long-time player. I see her becoming champion either next year or the next year. But she's got to have people supporting her. And I don't think she had the leadership in her faction to help her. Because you have other factions where, let's just say Finstock Exchange. You've got Barbarian. You've got Roka. You've got JTE. You've got these 3 massive players who are helping their rookies every single match. Also, you got Gucci. I mean, but then you also have
That's a minus.
the Quirky Mercs. You've got Bibiani and the Kid. Both are going to help their team no matter what. They're helping Josh and study and get prepared. I just don't see Janine having those sophomore, junior, senior level players supporting her like other factions would have.
yeah, I agree that that's a downside, but also this goes because she's with Roxy. Like she said it multiple times that because Roxy gets her so much and knows her so well, that's the reason why she's playing so much better this season than she ever played. That she liked Usual Suspects a lot, but never felt that kind of support, and that it's really helping her. So I agree. It's just such an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
Like what happened? It's just like Roxy has the worst luck. Janine has the worst luck. Stars have the worst luck. It's just it's sad that it went that way. And even with Janine going on a team with Jeff and saying splitting up Blackjack because of that, and then Jeff retiring, but she had a team before that she couldn't get back to because that just sucks.
If I were Roxy coming up for next season and I would start doing the seeds this season, I would contact Christian. I would dive into her heel work. She's not really been a heel this year. Everyone loves Roxy and loves how she is, especially with how much she is there for her team. But at one time, remember the slap that was heard around the world?
Yes.
She felt like a heel at that time. I think if she dove, due to her being last and she has nothing to lose right now, I would put everything I could into going into my heel work. I would go into making sure my next season was set up to where I was going to win it no matter what. And I know everything's going to be different, and I think the wrestling side of everything is going to be a big push. And if her heel work and her acting is really high by the end of this season, I think she's going to set herself up to be in many storylines. And then if you're in storylines in the Schmoedown, you get matches.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. You did. I think let's move on to the next one. And you mentioned when you're talking there about Collins not having the best sophomore year. So let's move on to Collins, and you are
It's my favorite
correct.
line.
Yeah, I like that. That was awesome. I'm glad
That
that
was
we've
great.
titled this segment that. Yeah, it's not quite been his year, has it, in singles, old Collins? I thought I picked him for this match. The smart decision would have been Brendan because in current form, I think
I did.
Brendan's been playing better this year. Yeah, I think I was the only one that picked Collins. I'm not sure, Ben, did you have Collins as well?
Yep.
Okay, so me and Ben had
I went
Collins.
with No, I went with Maya. You were on your
Oh,
own.
it was just me. So I have to go even further back in our league, unfortunately, and I'll have a little cry about that. But yeah, the smart
pay-per-view
money was
saved you.
on Brendan because Brendan's been playing a lot better this year in general. But I maybe was misinformed because I think Collins played really, really well in round one. And I just felt like that was the match he needed to really give this year a better shot than what's happened so far. It didn't quite pan out as I originally expected. And you have to give credit to Brendan. As I said yesterday, Brendan won that match. It wasn't that Colin lost it. And I think often some of the ways these matches have gone, especially a lot of the JTE ones this year, I felt as though it's been the other person lost rather than that person winning. And that makes sense. I think it makes sense. But Brendan was the better player and he deserved the win. I can't say anything more than that. There is a thing about rookies having that amazing first season and then the second season just not going as we expect, because it happened with Oyama as well. So Oyama came into the league, won his first 5 matches in a row, whatever it was, 7 matches, I can't remember, got the belt, and then the second season it just didn't click. Something wasn't working, and it seems that maybe this has happened to Collins as well. He's still in teams, so maybe with the help of Marisol, who's obviously in the form of her life at the moment, they can be successful, but not been the best year for Collins in singles, let's say that. But then I also said this yesterday, the expectation this year must have been extremely high, whereas last year no one expected that. So that does ease a lot of the pressure. This year, he's going into it as a former belt holder. And after having that incredible year, it's going to be really hard to keep up that level again. As Leo said, it happened to Erwin. It seems to happen to a lot of players. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen to Marisol next year. But
no, she already was a rookie last year. It doesn't count.
I know, but it feels like this is her year. So I'm hoping next year is like
you're jinxing her.
One.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to pass it over to Luke first. So Luke, what were your thoughts on this one?
This match, I was going for Brendan Meyer. To me, honestly, Brendan Meyer is my favorite player in general because outside the Schmoedown, he was on a TV show, a really, really dumb TV show called Mr. Young. And me and my roommate would watch this show every single afternoon in college whenever I just needed something to laugh at. And Brendan Meyer was the main character in the show. And so when he joined the Schmoedown, I'm like, wait, what? I was just in shock. I'm like, there's no way. I've been watching the show forever and no one knows about the show because it's so dumb. And there's Brendan Meyer. So I was rooting for Brendan in this match. I am starting to see Collins in the same way I see him as a Ben Bateman. And before Ben Bateman, it was Paul Oyama. Every season, there is someone who figures out the game. They are just having a good look, or they just have a different study method. They always have such a good season, but then the next season they have a bad season because everyone figures out their game. It's kind of like one of my favorite games to play is Super Smash Brothers. If I play as a new player, a character, the person I'm playing can't beat me because they don't know how to anticipate how I'm going to play. But if I play the same character a few times, they're going to figure out how I'm playing. And I think that's what's happening. You see Oyama, he came in, he wrecked shop. They didn't know how to play against him. It was the same thing with the Smasher. He was the same way. He came in, no one knew how to handle his studying, how he played. He was playing a different kind of game. And then Ben, the year he won, he was playing a different game. He was being more strategic. He put his studying more into it. And then the next year it was, the next year was Collins. And Collins came in, no one knew how to play against him. He was playing a different kind of game. This year, like I said, Marisol. Marisol is playing, this is her year. She's playing a different game. She's studying differently. She's putting the work in. I don't know what she's doing differently, but she's doing it differently, and people do not know how to anticipate her. But if she keeps doing the same thing this year at next year, she will lose because they'll figure out her game. But if she upgrades or does something different, then she can keep the belt and keep playing and keep getting better and better. That's why Ben Bateman, I think, did not do well the next season. He didn't change it up. He did the same thing he did the year before, and it cost him. I think it really cost him. You saw those 5-pointers were his Achilles heel. That's because that's not what he was studying. And he said it in multiple interviews that he's focused more on the 2s and the 3s, because the 5s, you know it or you don't. And it's hard to study those 5s. But if you get players who know how to study the 5s, they normally do better. And I think that's what's been hurting Ben, especially this year and last year. So it's a trend. It's how they study. And if you want to see Marisol keep going, she's going to have to change her game next year because they'll figure out her game. But talking about this match, though, Collins, to me, is an incredible player. I think he's got to get in a rhythm. I think he needs to stick with... I think this digital to live matches is throwing everyone off because you have to play so differently in both arenas. And so I think next year is going to be a lot different for everyone because everything's going to be live or in studio, and it's going to feel normal again. So I think Collins just needs a good year next year, and I think he kind of needs a different... I think him and Marisol are so good together, but this season, because of how good Marisol has been, she's really outshined Collins. I think it's actually hurt Collins this season. I think him being part of Deception has actually hurt him.
I do think that last year most people would put Collins as the A player, and I think it's swapped this year.
Yeah,
I think.
I
think they're both A players, but I do think when they first came in, people thought Collins was the stronger of the two. I don't think that's the case anymore. Ben, you haven't spoke yet. What did you think about this one?
Okay, so I loved this match. It was one of the best matches we've seen. It was Maya Collins too from last year's tournament. It was revenge time for Brendan Maya, which was awesome to see. Now we just need to see the rubber match and see who wins that one. But I think Collins missed his 5 again. Am I right?
Yeah.
He has a history of missing 5s and on either not getting to his 5 or missing his 5. And that's a big issue, as Luke pointed out. A lot of players have been that way. Chance was that way for 2 years. Ben Bateman was and still is that way. It kind of hurts that it. I kind of wanted this match to go on and on and on because this was the match that I thought would be sudden death, let's say, because they're both players that I love watching. They're both players that I think have the chance to be singles belt holders either again or for the first time. But Brendan Meyer, I think, as Jeremy Miller pointed out here, he's just pulled himself into another tier of player. And I don't know what it is about this year that's so different from the last 2 years, but he's just been on a tear. And I will
think
say
it's Koi.
this. Yeah,
I think
possibly. And I
Koi's
will
better
say
this
this.
year.
If Karloff one ever says that Shazam is not one of the greatest teams again, I will hate him for the rest of my life. They
Oh
are
wow!
That's
Wow.
extreme.
they are ghosts.
Wait, we can't. We're live.
And Teresa, let's quickly move on before Ben is banned from Christian
Yeah.
to talk Schmoedown anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think anything changed for Brendan Meyer. I think he was always an excellent player. Last year, he almost beat Adam Collins. He won the team's belt. And his first year, after his loss to Oyama, he's been excellent. He only lost to Bateman in the tournament, who then won the belt. So I just think this is finally his year for the singles belt. I hope so, or at least to win the tournament, to get further in the singles league, because he's just so good and he is one of my favorite players. And if Marisol isn't holding that belt in the end of the year, then I hope it's Brendan Meyer, because in this match he didn't miss anything. He didn't miss a question. You know, he is a big strategist. He loves the game. He loves movies. He has great knowledge. His character is just so great. I love his baby faceness, his energy, his positive energy in every match. Yeah, I'm really happy about this, and it happens. What's happening to Collins? You all said it. It happened to Oyama. It happened to Erwin. It happens. He still has a shot with Deception, so hopefully he'll get there. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Promo of the week. Now, there's a lot to choose from. Jay's gone. Thanks for joining us today, Jay. Appreciate that.
Bye, Jay.
So,
Jay.
Luke, not sure if you are aware of this segment, but we essentially it does what it says on the tin. What was your favourite promo of the week? I don't know why I said it like that, and I apologise. It just came out. I'll start.
I gotta say,
Sorry,
go ahead.
Luke. You're a guest. You please start.
Oh, sorry about that. No, I think my favorite promo this week, I mean, it's got to go to the Marisol promo. You will bend the knee. That will go down in history of Schmoedown. I am going to create a poster for it. I just am going to have to do it because I love the idea of you will bend the knee as Lady Justice. That's just incredible. Yes, that's my favorite promo. You will bend the knee.
I'm the same. I'm not going to add a lot more to what you said, but it was awesome. So I would love to say another one, but I'd be lying. So that was promo of the week for me. Teresa?
Yeah, I also really wanted to say another one, and then I saw this promo. Like when you saw the Griffin Newman, Josh Horowitz promo, I was like, oh, but this is so good. It surely has to be but no. The bend the knee line, the sword, it was just all so good, and I again got really emotional about it. So yeah, this is the promo of the week. Ben,
Okay. you're gonna surprise us.
Yes, I'm gonna be the snake in the grass here. I'm going with the Deception match. That promo, Jacoby, he's just on fire when it comes to promos. He's brilliant. It was spoiler was fantastic. And then you had Adam Collins and the Shannon kind of speaking off of each other. That was awesome. So that was my promo of the week. If I had to choose one other than the pay-per-view match.
Okay.
So your real promo of the week was Marisol.
Of course it was. I mean, who wouldn't choose that? But that was fantastic. But I mean, I have to choose something else. Exactly. Nerd Chronic is brilliant with whatever he does.
Okay, guys, I think it's time. It's that time of the week again. My favourite time of the week, although not so much for me at the moment because I've fallen a little bit behind this week. But it's predictions.
You guys mind bragging a little bit while I fetch Matt's?
Well, I don't have
prediction.
a lot to brag about, really, do I? Let's be honest. I was winning a few weeks ago, and now look at I'm 3 points behind. Oh my God, Teresa, you're winning! I thought it was
Yeah,
Matt.
I am. No,
I didn't
no,
realise.
no. Everything is back to normal.
Wait, did
Good
you have a
is
perfect
winning
week?
again. It
You had a
seems like
perfect
it.
week.
Nice. So I should be
Nice.
the one bragging. Yeah, you all suck. Sorry.
The power's got to your head already.
I'm sorry.
Me and Eli do predictions each week, and right now I am losing so badly. Right now we have it where whoever wins predictions for the year has to pay for the other person's Spider-Man tickets. And right now I am going to be probably getting him Spider-Man tickets.
Oh, dude, that's
even
good.
Ben should
I
have
would
a-
pay money. Like, I'm okay with paying money. I don't want to do the stuff we have to do. Like, just
Ooh,
no.
we've got some rough forfeits.
Okay, so just to point out and why we all want Matt to lose, he wants Liam to wear a Manchester
Croatia.
United shirt and Croatia shirt
it's
and claim
Croatia,
they're
isn't it? Because they knocked us out the
Okay,
World
yeah.
Cup. a few
And
years ago.
apologize for.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Please win, Teresa.
with mine, I have to say why the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie was better than the animated series, and that is painful for me.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think I'd
Oof.
rather it be buy Spider-Man tickets, but unfortunately we didn't choose that.
I don't know who came up with this brilliant idea, but
Okay, let's get into predictions. So, Teresa, you're winning, so you need to pick first. And our first match is the Civil War of the Daemons.
yeah. But first, just highlight this. Yes,
I did see that comment.
You are
I just
right.
chose to ignore it.
Yeah. So the tough thing about winning is that you don't want to stop winning, and I really wanted to pick Molly Damon in this match, but I can't. Like, we can't let Matt win. It can't happen. It's just, it would be terrible for all of us, and I don't think he's going to pick Molly. So, and another factor came this week, and that's that I do really like Roxy, and her season has been really bad, and I don't want her to lose her one opportunity to maybe get some points. But honestly, I'll probably be pulling for Molly Damon. Yeah, I hope she upsets, but I'm picking Alex.
Okay, who did Matt pick then? I'm assuming Alex.
Yeah, obviously Alex.
Okay, I'm also
He
picking
doesn't
Alex.
believe in Molly Damon.
Oh, that's harsh. It's not. It's just hard to not pick him when I really want I want to win this league so much, and I've been quite risky with some of my picks, but I can't take the risk on this one. I have to go Alex.
Luke?
Ben. Oh, sorry. Go on then. Go on then, Luke.
Oh,
You go first.
All right, I'm gonna have to go Alex, but I'm gonna feel bad for him because I guarantee his couch is not gonna sleep very well after that match. So that might be the only reason I might go to Molly, but I gotta swing towards Alex. Molly is an incredible player, but she has her misses, and Alex really doesn't have that many. Just for the safe bet, I'm gonna have to go with Alex.
Okay.
And Ben.
Seems most people are going with Alex, but everyone knows Molly. I have to go with her. I've been championing her since the start, and I hope I win too. But yes, that'll then be 3 women in the Star Wars tournament that are in the semifinals. And
Yeah.
it's
It'd be
just
great.
Gold Leader that kind of bucks that trend.
Spoil
But
the
hey,
party.
we have the 3 chances.
Typical gold leader.
Exactly. But we then have 3 chances to have a woman Star Wars champion in the same year that we had a singles Star Wars champion. And I cannot wait. And Molly Damon is my last player playing in my fantasy league, and I need her to win.
Oh,
Oh, that is rough. Okay,
also
let's
makes sense.
Yep.
I think this one potentially we may have some difference.
Yeah,
this
this
is a harder
one's
one to
difficult
predict.
for me.
Yeah, I wonder. I was always going to pick old guard. I will, but I thought you were going to pick press room at first. I don't know how you feel after this match, but it's old guard for me because I'm a big fan of the Den, and there's not that many opportunities for the Den anymore. So I hope this is the one, at least one match, one more match, do it. And I really think the Riley and the Ralde combination could work really well if they're prepared. So
Who
Yeah.
did Matt pick, Ben?
He picked old guard as well.
Okay. I'm picking press room. I think the concern I've had in previous matches is Perry, and sometimes she struggles, but I've seen enough from her recently to think that I have confidence that together they're going to be fine. And she's played really well in the last few matches. She almost beat Ben Bateman. Like she took him to overtime. I think Perry has improved enough that I think collectively with Josh, or that who I don't know if this has been filmed before or after. We don't know that, but either way, I think he's going to be hungry. He's looked hungry, and I kind of hope it's after the live event because I think he's going to be even hungrier if it is. But we don't know that. I think there's two. I'm Deralde and Riley, I think, are both strong, but I think there's quite a few gaps between them. And I do worry that certain categories could trip them up. I have more confidence in the collective of Josh and Perry than I do Riley and Deralde. But I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's quite a tough one to see what's going to happen here. But I think just give the slight edge to press room. So I'm going for them. What about Luke? Who you got on this one?
On this one, I think I've got to go with press room. I think press room is a really good team. We do not know what the old guard's going to do. Riley, to me, this season has felt out of it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we heard if he doesn't do well in this match. I could hear next year retirement. I just don't see Riley as in it as he was in past seasons. I mean, there's a reason why he wasn't in the singles tournament. And I hate to say that, Riley's one of my favorite people to watch. I really enjoy watching Riley. And Deralde is always an interesting player. He's a great player, but he has just weird mess-ups. And so I just got to go with the press room. I hate to say that because I really want to see Riley do very well. But to me, Old Guard does not seem like the team. It feels like the team because our other team wasn't doing well. It feels secondary. It doesn't feel like your main team. And so, because honestly, I don't know if I would have put, like, if you're putting teams together, I just don't know if I would put Riley and Deralde together. Because to me, I feel like their weaknesses would probably be about the same because of their age, because of their age groups and the movies they watch. So I might be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping Ogard does great, but I think I'm going to have to go with press room.
And Ben.
Okay. I slightly disagree with you there, Luke, because I think with Deralde being his main weakness being the gameplay, I think him having Riley on his team will be awesome. And I think Riley has IG categories, or at least a lot of them down. So that'll help them out. This one, I've been going back and forth on my head for a while, because my first instinct was to go with the old guard, but yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of shooting back and forth. I'm gonna go with the old guard, and it's probably gonna hurt me, but I want the Den to go more to get a few more points at least, not be down completely.
So just me and Luke then for press room. And,
Yeah.
I'll see. Hopefully, I can pull a point back on Teresa and Matt with that one. And we have one final little match. I'm sure no one cares about this one. Obviously, I'm kidding.
No
just a little sly, cheeky match to end the week. Dan Murrell, Lon Harris. I think this was supposed to happen at the Cantina, wasn't it? And then it got pushed because Lon was poorly, I think. So I'm glad that they're able to do it finally. And we did get a cool exhibition match instead from Collins and Murrell, which I'm yet to watch, but I shall watch at some point.
It's good. It's good.
Is
I
it
gotta
good?
watch
Okay.
it.
And it's like 20 minutes. So
Oh, okay.
so something.
I'll maybe watch that in the week. But for Dan Murrell, Lon Harris, actually you pick first, don't you, Teresa? So who you got? I wonder who you're gonna pick. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Lon. Okay, so I'm picking Denver because it's Denver. Yeah, that's it. I think that's explanatory enough.
I'm guessing Matt's picked Dan as well.
I mean, it's that obvious, yeah.
Yeah, he's not risking at all in the last few weeks. He's just going for the win.
Yeah,
Boring.
I kind of get it.
It's working, dude.
a part of me actually wants to pick Lon, but I just can't. I'm glad that I've picked differently for one of the matches this week, and I feel pretty confident in press room. So I'm going to pick Dan as well because it's Dan, and that's it. Like you said, I don't need to explain myself. Luke, who you got?
Well, Dan's really not that great a player. I've never even heard anyone like him, but no, I've got to go Dan. How good do you have to be where everyone is just going to go with you no matter what? No matter who he's playing, people are going to pick Dan. Even if he has an upset, even if the other person plays, your always safe bet is going with Dan Murrell. That's crazy to be in the Schmoedown where anything can happen, where everyone has bad matches, where it's always up in the air. The Dan matches are just never that up in the air. So I gotta go Dan. It might be boring, but Lon could have the upset, but then Lon could be in outer space somewhere because sometimes Lon is the weirdest player to watch. Like he can be in it and have the top games and could be the best player in the league. And then other times, I don't know where he is.
Maybe it's he.
True.
Okay, Ben,
I don't know if the
who you got?
delinquent has helped him or not.
I love
Actually,
it. I don't want to see it go.
Is he still the delinquent? Because it doesn't feel like in the last few matches.
don't even
Kind
know.
of a mix between the two.
Yeah,
I wonder if we'll get a new Lon next year.
I hope so.
I wonder.
Well,
It just looks like it's being
Professor
Lon
I
now.
like delinquent.
I'm going with Dan. I've taken my risk with Molly Damon. I'm going with Dan.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. And that wraps up our predictions. So hopefully, you and Matt have got the same. So that you're going to still be in the lead. Hopefully, I can get 1 point back with press room. And that wraps up our show as well. So we are finishing dead on 9:30, which is perfect because that's when I said I had to go. So that's very good.
Wait.
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
We're not gone
Sorry,
yet.
Sorry.
sorry. Sorry.
First of
I was
all, you
trying to
say
put
you
that
hate
up.
Christian,
Yeah.
and now this.
I mean, hate's a strong word, but yeah.
So before we go, just want to say, Luke, thanks so much for joining us. And also, Luke has kindly provided us with the graphics as well, which you've seen on our banners. And thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate that.
Thank
They're
you.
awesome. And as I said, we're very jealous of your setup. So just wanted to put that out there again. But thank you so much for joining us. We'll have to have you back on at another time.
Thank you. I loved it.
Yeah, it's been really great having you. We've loved your insight, and like I said, hopefully we can have you back another time.
Oh yeah.
Teresa's phone's probably died or something, so she may pop back in a minute. If not, then our queen of our league says goodbye. Ben, anything to say before we go?
Just follow Luke. His Twitter for Galaxy Geeks is in the description, and for his YouTube channel. Thanks to him doing our graphics. He's always there on our links. Thank you so much, Luke. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And is there anything you want to promote or?
Well, this week we always during the week have some type of trailer reactions now. We've started doing more trailer reactions, and that's really helped our channel grow. We do an Into the Schmoedown Galaxy episode every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time. We do movie reviews, like we're going to record probably after this. Me and my wife are probably going to record a movie review for James Bond, No Time to Die. That we just got done watching that movie yesterday, and great movie. Going to be an interesting review to have, and just come over and join. We've been growing a lot in subscribers, and I'm always updating and trying to change things up. And if you want to go on the most crazy journey of updating graphics in general, just go through our videos. Like, I have issues because I like to update stuff, make things more professional. I like helping other people. I like designing stuff. It's just my thing. I like doing it. And so if y'all want to go on just our first video, our first Into the Schmoedown Galaxy was both of us were on Zoom. And that's all it was. There was no graphics. There was no photos. It was all Zoom. And then so I'm literally trying to learn on the spot how to do all this because I'm in charge of all the graphics. I do all the tech side of stuff. Eli does all our reactions. I mean, I will join him on some of them. If y'all want to watch some really good reactions, Eli does an incredible job. I mean, he reacts to every single match, and I've never seen anyone do that, and it wears him out. He does such a good job, but I mean, I'd be exhausted how many he does, because I think we're up to I know we're over 50 videos on those alone, because he's doing at least one or two a night, because he does them late. Like, he'll record them late, then release it for lunch the next day. So if y'all want to check out any of our videos or get to know us or join our live chats or just anything, we love meeting new people, and the channel's just been exploding. It's been so cool to see so many new people join us, and I think as the Schmoedown starts to grow, I think everyone's channels are going to start growing more and more. I think if all of us start working together and building up, like y'all inviting me on the show, this was awesome. I'm actually very thankful that y'all invited me to come, because this has been so great. And to me, high tides rise all boats. And I think if all the Schmoedown after shows and everyone works together and helps this community, it's just going to grow more and more. And I love all of this. I love all the people that I've got to experience and see. And I mean, we just started this year, and we've felt so loved and cared for. So first off, thank y'all for letting us come on. If you ever need more graphics, I'm always willing to work on stuff because I have problems. So thank y'all.
We'll happily abuse your problems, Luke. Don't worry.
Hey,
and I mean
that
in the best possible way.
Hey, if y'all abuse them, then I don't have Eli on my back for me changing everything on our channel. So it keeps me busy with other stuff, so I'm not messing with our stuff.
No, that's really awesome. I'm best of luck with your channel. I'm really happy for you that it's growing so well, and as I said, you're welcome back anytime. It's been a pleasure having you on. And you spoke so fluently and nicely about the Schmoedown. I think we should leave it with what you've just said, because that was beautiful, and I'll just muck it up. So it's been a pleasure. At Euroschmoe on Twitter. We'll be back next week at 8. Same time, same place. See you next week. So bye, everyone.
See you next week, everyone. Goodbye.